Hello everyone. So my name is Adele. I'm currently a career coach and also a communication strategy at Solana Super Team Vietnam. So I'm really happy and excited to talk about the topic today because authenticity is something I really want to talk about. And if you follow me, you may know that my bio on Instagram is authentic human being, right? So let me start with a question first. Have you ever in a situation that four of your team member quit just after 2 weeks joining your company? Or have you ever, telling your manager that you are leaving with a really vague reason instead of telling him or her the real reason behind that? I have been in the both situation, and it's really uncomfortable of not knowing what is going on or what are people thinking about you. And in those situations, we were left with unsolved problem, unclear conversation, which always clinging in our mind, and it will lead to really awkward connection later on between us. And the reason behind that is we are not transparent, and we were not being authentic with what we think and how we feel. So, what does staying authentic means? So, simply speaking, authenticity means that you are true to your own personality, spirit, and values, and regardless the pressure that you are under otherwise. And it also means that you are honest with yourself and with others about what you think, what you want, how you feel, or what your opinions or beliefs are. Let's talk about why in so many situations that we decided or we did not be an authentic with ourselves. You might think it's really easy, right? Just be yourself and do whatever you want to talk about what you are thinking in your mind. But in reality, it's not that easy. And there are a few reasons for that. The first reason I would say is some people are too afraid of being judged by others. We as social animals, we want to be accepted by others. And the easiest way to feel belonging and to feel accepted is to do what most of people do. And I remember that one day, one of my team members, she was too afraid of telling me that she just want a stable job with high basic salary after she was laid off by her previous company due to the recession. And she's so afraid of to tell me that. And I think it's because doing something for money is not really fancy like doing something for passion. And she might think that the recruiter like us will judge her motivation because of that. But if she stays true with what she wants, like stable job with high basic salary, we may know it sooner that maybe being a salesperson is not good fit for her. And we can save a lot of time later. Or take me as an example. I think it takes me a lot of time to admit that I always want to be in the spotlight and always want to be famous or to be well recognized for what I do publicly. And if I can admit that earlier, I could have started my own journey in a communication industry way sooner. Yeah, so just remember at the end of the day that other opinion about you do not matter that much. So the second reason why we did not being honest with ourselves is sometimes, doing what you really want to do is require you to step out of your comfort zone. In order to do what you want to do in your life, you might have to try different things, and you fail, and then you move on and try new things in order until the day that you find what you really want to do. And making a mistake making a wrong career decision, admitting that we are wrong, it's not that easy. But I'm happy that one of my team members, he has a courage to tell me that, sis, I don't think that I'm a good fit for the job because I just want to explore a new thing before I, start my own professional career. It may feel a little bit like uncomfortable for all of us at first because it takes time, effort, and money of the whole team to get him on board. But it saved us a lot of time later because we fail fast and then we move on. So just remember that sometimes sometimes we need to feel discomfort in order to feel comfortable. The third reason that we were not being authentic is some of us may feel that being authentic will affect our benefit. Yeah, right? It's really realistic thinking. And I have a story to tell you guys that one day I hired a girl for my team, and she just quit after just one day. One day that she came to work, and the next day that she disappeared, with just a simple email saying, I don't think that I'm a good fit with the company culture. How can you tell that you're not fit with the company culture with just one day, right? So she may think that it's an easy way out for her to, just disappear, to get out of that situation with really vague reason and with a really unclear conversation between us. But those kind of action does have a long-term effect. Considering that I'm a bit well-known in the HR industry, I'm just kidding. But it's more likely that I cannot trust her 100%, and I cannot believe that she will be like 100 honest with me when we will work together in the future, if in the case. And that would be my feedback to anyone if they come to me and ask for a reference about her. So remember guys, a short-term gain will beat you up later. And be aware of that. So let's talk about the topic today, why I strongly believe that being authentic is inevitable, right? And I will explain that by telling my breakup story. We started our relationship right after I graduated from university, and it was 4 years relationship. And I did change myself a lot to fit in with my partner. I was taking a step back in my career to give him the spotlight, to make him feel like a man. I was even changing my career path into something I don't really like, but it's more compatible with our future plan together. And you might not imagine, but I was ready to be a housewife, doing whatever work, but stay at home to take care of my future little family. I just have a really normal career path without so much like moving up in my career. And there's no outstanding achievement in my career. And most importantly, I was constantly feel insecure and so down about my self-worth. And I was not happy with myself all the time. Even though things didn't work out and we broke up. And suddenly I was left with nothing at all, and I have to start all over again after like 4 years. I wouldn't say that our 4 years was a waste, but I think I didn't live up to my full potential within that 4 years. And like Thầy Minh Niệm did say in Yêu Lành podcast, you might heard, that myself and my career was giving back to me, and I have full control over it now. Yes, it was a bit scary at first, because you used to have a future plan, now you have no plan. And because I had no plan, So I decided to just do whatever I want to do in my life and what I feel right about, which is recruitment and communication. I was really working my ass off, for sure. I write 2 blog posts about recruitment a day. I run recruitment academy and recruitment community. I was on stage in a lot of webinars and events to share about recruitment. And I remember I used to work until like 10 p.m. every day. But it was a really wonderful time in my life because I can put my whole heart into what I'm doing, and I'm happy about that. And the rest was history. I moved up, I got promotion, and moved up like 2 times in 2 years. My salary was like 6 times higher than before. I got like 57,000 followers all across the channels. And first and foremost, I am doing what I truly want to do, which is communication strategist for Solana, one of the world-class, like top blockchain ecosystem in the world. And I'm really happy about that. Let's talk about why you cannot be something but yourself. You may see that from my story. When you are still figure out yourself, you also have received a lot of influence from others. I was just like someone who graduated from university. I don't have a lot of experience, life experience back then. We tend to have a tendency that we will change ourselves to others' opinion and need. It could be your family, it could be your romantic partner, it could be your friends, peers, social media and everything. Then if we change ourselves to others, it normally requires you to do something that you don't like or you are not good at. And when you are not the best version of yourself, you tend to be comparing yourself to others, right? So let's talk about comparison a bit. I don't think that comparing yourself to others is a good idea because you will be either overconfident or underconfident about yourself. If you are overconfident about yourself, I think it's really short-term view of life because there will always someone out there in your industry who's better than you, right? But if you are underconfident about yourself, it's also irrational approach when you compare yourself with someone who, have a better starting point, better IQ, better background foundation, or even better access to capital, information, and knowledge. It's really irrational approach of life. And the only thing that we can do is to stop comparing yourself and play at your strong suit and do it at best. And you cannot, play at your strong suit if you are not like truly authentic and be honest with what you want to do in your life, right? And you might think that, well, it's not really a big deal. A lot of people out there is doing what they don't like, getting a job, getting a salary, and that's fine. But let me tell you what, sooner or later, you will not happy about that. You will find that a good enough career is never been enough for you. I was doing just fine since I met someone that really changed my whole mindset toward how we pursue our dream career. I was having a good enough career back then, but he is at a stage of his life that he can put his whole heart and mind into a work that he truly wants to do with a lot of excitement, because that work will bring him confidence, yes, because he doing what he is good at, That work will also bring him joy because he's doing what he likes. And that work also bring him peace in mind because he's doing something that aligns with his values. And this is the only thing that he wants to do in life, and he has no second thought. And that work that also bring him pleasure because he's just be himself and don't have to be other. So those kind of excitement, those kinds of stage of life, this really excites me. And I think this is the best stage of your career that you can have. And I want that for myself too. And it also inspired me a lot of keep looking and don't settle until I find that something I truly want to do. And remember, once you are not being authentic with yourself, you are one step away from finding what is your dream career are, right? But yes, I understand that, however, we are living in the world that we receive a lot of external influence from others while we are still working on ourselves internally. Everything can have influence on you, even if you are not aware of. It could be including your family, your romantic partner, your peers, friends, social media, influence, KOL, everything, you name it. Everything can have influence on you. Everything leave an influence on you. I think our generation or your generation all been through that. We've been through the same thing, so don't worry. The only advice I can give you at this moment, for you guys, the new generation, the new, young, dynamic generation who live in a VUCA world, as you normally say, right? From someone like myself who experienced that before, is embrace yourself and start being honest with what you want and how you feel, even the smallest things. And most importantly is be mindful, be really mindful about the external influence have on you. Thank you.